Hello, YouTube, and welcome to another Security Plus 701 performance-based question. I realized that I didn't have any questions about ports or port scanning, so I thought this would be a good opportunity to talk about a tool like Nmap. Now, I know that this test isn't vendor specific or even tool specific, so I don't want to make it too complex or too unrealistic. But I thought it would be okay to mention this tool and to provide some simple examples of it. Okay, so let's get started. Part one, instructions. You are a security auditor. You need to scan these ports. Well, these ports down below. The Windows server is, and then I have an IP here. Use Nmap. Identify which secure ports are tied to which service. So you may have a command prompt or a sandbox environment, like a terminal, and you might have to go through some different options provided in that terminal and kind of just do some commands. So we have something similar like that. So I actually have a VM here, and I have Windows Server also running. The resolution got a little bit funny, so let me fix it. Cool. Yep. And then 2019 is in the background there. So we have an IP address here. So I'm going to type nmap, and then we're going to scan that address and see which of these services are running. Before we do that, why don't we preview it and just see how confident we are and see if we know these ports already or not. So the ports that we want to know, especially as they relate to security, are port number 88, 443, 636, 3389. Okay, so let's get started. Let's run the scan. This should take a few seconds, maybe even a minute. Actually, faster than I thought. Ubuntu is a pretty efficient operating system. Okay, so did you get these right? Did you have a chance to pause the video? I didn't stop myself. Sorry about that. Maybe we cheated and got ahead. Okay, so 88, let's talk about these numbers. I have some pictures down here. Okay, first one, Kerberos or key distribution center. Usually it's tied to Active Directory in a domain controller. So you'll see these abbreviations here like key distribution center, domain controller. Um, so what exactly is that? That's a ticket granting authority. It provides timestamps and login services for Active Directory when you put in a password and you log into a domain controller, something like that. Okay, 443. When you browse the internet and you want to go online and you want to make sure your connection's private, actually, it's pretty cool. I like that it's live. Let's look at this. Um, yeah, it creates a TCP connection like HTTPS. Secure makes the session secure, encrypts your data back and forth. It scrambles it so no one can read it if they intercepted the packets. So that's why that's part of the security plus or secure ports that I chose for this exercise. Okay, next one. 636 is LDAP secure. So LDAP, what is LDAP? What is LDAP secure? Lightweight Directory Access Protocol is a directory service in Microsoft. So that allows you to do like a query of directory services. It could tell you the name of a user, their email, their address, their contact information, all kinds of identifiable information about that person or that Active Directory user. Can't talk. Okay, last one. 3389 is remote desktop services. So if you are providing remote access for users, they're going to use remote desktop. That's pretty common. Okay, so I ran that command, right? Let's just look at the output one more time. Okay, so yeah, Kerberos, about authentication, Active Directory. um, 443 HTTPS, secure browsing on like a web server. Okay, that's good to know. LDAP secure or over SSL, more secure version of LDAP. Good to know for security reasons. And 3389, which debatable if that's secure to use or not, but that is remote desktop. So that is a live server. I did open up all those ports, and just to show you why it's not so secure remote desktop. So if I throw this packet at it and it prompts me for username and password, I already know that you're using that service, whether I scanned it or not. Anyway, moving on. Okay, part two. Identify which command displays which output. And then we have different Nmap commands with different arguments. I guess I could read it all line by line. Nmap, and then the address 192.168.12.148, Nmap 255.255.255.0, Nmap, and then I say tac S upper V 192.168.12.148, and then Nmap minus capital V. So which of these commands would produce these texts? Why did I make this assignment? Well, I kind of want you to know the difference of these port scans. Well, we're scanning ports on Nmap. Which two commands would give you these two versions? They look different, right? I mean, they list the same numbers and services, but this gives you way more information. So if you want to do penetration testing, or you want to close holes in the service, or maybe change how the banner produces a service name or its information, you may be able to secure it differently. Anywho, okay. So any hunches? I guess I can go line per line and throw those into Nmap and see what I get and see if it provides the output that we're looking for or not. Okay, sorry, I can't talk. Well, we kind of already know above because, well, we just did it. It's a little bit silly to do it again, but I did it anyway. Okay, so that answers number one, but what about number two? How do we get all this information about the ports and their services that are running? So if you are doing your PBQ, you could just throw this in the terminal and see what you get. Okay, that's not what we're looking for, right? Let's do minus V just because it's so easy. Okay, it tells me of which version I have for Nmap 7.94. Well, last one we have SV, or it tells you the service version of the port that's open. And as a security professional, you're going to want to know what displays in those banners. It tells penetration testers or attackers more information about your service and if they can exploit it or not. So it's pretty important command to know so you can secure your networks better. Okay, so how did that go? Do you feel confident? I didn't try to make it too hard. If you have a basic knowledge of networking, you know what a subnet is, you can eliminate like two of these answers. Then it's not too bad, I think. Okay, so hopefully these port numbers you felt confident in. If you didn't, maybe brush up on what's popular services and port numbers that are used in Windows servers or Linux servers. Okay, good luck on your exam and thanks for watching.